Welcome to the mansion, y'all. I really don't feel like I'm ready to make this video because I haven't really been in the van full time yet, which I will get to in this video, but here we are, van life Q&A. Let's dive in because there's a lot. We are parked outside of my apartment. Everybody was wondering where I am right now. How did you buy her? I found this van on Facebook Marketplace. Huge, definitely recommend Facebook Marketplace if you're looking for a van. You can type in camper van. Guys, I saw so many, I have an incense lit if it gets smoky in here. I found so many already built out vans. It was crazy. Quick manifestation story. So I was really feeling like the van was gonna be in Florida. I was looking at Orlando a lot. Orlando had a lot of like already built out ones or gutted ones. Maybe they already had the floor, you know, like just ones that were like prepped and ready. I wasn't sure if I was gonna gut one or just get one already done, but once I saw that there were ones that were already done, I was like, all right, that night, like before I got the van, I was like, I'm just gonna book a one-way to Orlando, get this freaking van and drive it back up. Like whatever. I'm over looking for vans. I have been looking at vans for a very long time. So this van got shipped from Tampa, ironic because I used to live there, but got shipped from Tampa like that day. And so the very next day, like literally he had just gotten it that night before and I was the first person to come look at it and buy it. The only thing with that is like I don't really know anything about the van, like the build. I can't talk to the owner who like really was in here. I'm assuming it was a female just by little details and accents. It's kind of like an accept the mystery van fully. What got you interested in mansion life? Okay, backstory. Sorry for this hood, by the way. It's like overcast and I'm in sweatpants and it's just the kind of mood it is today. Where do we begin? Breathwork obviously is going to be mentioned in this video because what would a video be if I didn't mention breathwork? So starting with breathwork, I really just started to like shed a lot of my identity and a lot of attachments and a lot of values that I thought really mattered to me. And basically like just through that process, I was just like, man, all of this stuff is like heavy weight. Like all these clothes, all these things, like what do I need all this for? Like the world can be my room if I allow it to be. And I'd always watched people, van lifers, I guess, and like I never got super into that and like went down that rabbit hole until probably like last fall. I was in this really super isolated place in my life, not purposely, which made it kind of sad. I spent so much time alone and I love solitude, but I was in this place where I was like, okay, is anybody out there? And I swear life was just like, nah girl, you gotta be by yourself. And I was like, well, what difference would it make if I just like lived in a van right now? I guess that's where the seeds started, and then I just started to look at them and like follow some female solo van life people and families, and I was just like, this isn't really impossible. Like this isn't that crazy of a thing. Give everything up to receive everything kind of mentality kicked in, and I just think like the way of my life, like being mainly breatharian, liquidarian, kind of almost makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I need a whole kitchen for? And then it's funny because as much as I thought that this would maybe even isolate me more, I probably spend way more time with people than I ever have. I'm such a little social butterfly now that I have the van. It's crazy. How to prepare for van life? Somebody let me know. Again, I'm not full-time in the van yet. I am spending full-time in it. Like, I've been sleeping here more often than not. My apartment, we are still currently in a month-to-month lease. As you guys know, my roommate Tay is like my best friend since high school. We've been friends for literally like 12 years. And she has to find an apartment to move into. With Corona happening and all that, everything's been kind of like on pause and taking longer than it should. Startup money, and now that you have a van, what did you wish you knew at the beginning? So I am really good at saving money, I realized. I don't realize that until it comes to these moments, but I have been saving money for a little while. As you guys know, I used to work in the film industry. It did pay really well. So if you haven't been following me, back in September, within the same week, I had budget cuts from my job and my old Volkswagen SUV completely died. Who's texting me? There was that. I had saved money enough then to buy the Jeep, which is really crazy when I think about it because like I was just mindlessly saving that money. I didn't really have a goal with it, but apparently higher self knew something. That was in September. I just went kind of full-time entrepreneur once the film industry ended. I was like, you know what, this feels right. Like it finally feels like I know what to do as just to be C-Bud, like to do that full-time for real this time. Because if you've been following me for a while, a lot of trial and error. Since September to March, which isn't a lot of time. Like, wow, Casey. And I was paying rent. I was just like literally spending so much time in breathwork and like fasting, and I really feel like when I was fasting, when I did the really long fast, which I still like live as a liquidarian, so I just don't share it. But when I recorded and shared that I had been fasting for 60 plus days or whatever it was. I was just making money every single day. Like I literally, if it was like $2 even, I was making money every single day and I was just putting it away. And a lot of people ask me like what I do. I have a blog post about this, but I do a lot of shit, y'all. I'm C-Bud though, and I just be breathing, okay? What did I wish I knew at the beginning? I feel like it's getting dark in here. Is that a little better? Like I said, I'm not full-time in it, so I feel like I don't know if I can answer that for real. I think someone else asked, are you nervous about like car repairs and stuff? This is a 1991 Ford Econoline. I am more than ready for this to be a project. When I went to go buy her, I took a mechanic with me and he was like, I've had 3 mechanics look at it now. All of them, including that day, was like, this van is in great shape. Like to be a 91 and everything, this is in like really good condition. There's nothing wrong with it. I've only had 1 repair since we had the starter get replaced. It wasn't too expensive. It's an older car, so it's really easy to fix or cheap to fix. So that didn't answer that question, but there's nothing I can say I really wish I knew in the beginning. I feel like I did a lot of research. Can you just park just about anywhere to turn in for the night? Still learning this. I have some designated places that I always park as far as like friends' houses and just like certain spots that I'm aware of. But no, you can't just necessarily park anywhere. It is a little weird right now too because gyms aren't open, Walmarts aren't really 24 hours. All the 24-hour things are not things right now. So once those are open, that's like a go-to. Yeah, van life in the city is just a little different. I followed specifically a lot of those type of van lifers because I was like, okay, what is the tea? How does this really work for me? I will say maybe this, I've noticed more people outside are maybe more scared of me than I'm scared of them. I can't really say I'm moving with fear and I'm like scared of them, but like it kind of looks like a creepy van, I guess, and no one's really like sure who's about to come out of this thing. And then it's just me. I get so many looks when I'm in this van. So I guess that's something that I am more aware of, is that like, oh, I might have to be more quiet in here so that I don't scare people outside, like at night and stuff. Like when I'm in here, I'm like, let me like keep it down because like I don't want anyone to be like, wait, there's somebody in that car? You know what I'm saying? When does road tripping start? Well, I gotta get out of this lease. I feel like once that happens and I'm full-time like in this thing, but everyone keeps asking me like, first place you're gonna go? I don't know. Are there van communities in Atlanta? So I feel like I'm essentially kind of filling that void. So I'm gonna link down below this Facebook group that I follow or I'm a part of. It's solo female van lifers, I think. And it's such a cool community of like, you will get inspired if you are a female or anybody really, but for me personally, just being a female, I think it's like such a not common thing to do this. Man, there's so many people, there's so many women that are doing this and killing it, like old, young, kids, like married, all kind of stuff. I posted in there when I first got the van like, hey, I'm in Atlanta, is there anybody here? There was a lot of people that were like super into van life that want to get vans that were from Atlanta, but I know personally one guy that lives in his van here. But I will say, guys, I don't know if it's just because like this is my reality now, I see van life vans way more than I ever did. They're not like abundantly like probably how California is, but even yesterday I was at a stoplight, saw a van go by that had a solar panel on the top, and I was like, all that to say, I feel like I'm kind of filling the void there and beginning it. So many of my friends really want to get vans now, and I think that's so cool. I really hope they do. It's cool to be like the pioneer or whatever, but it'd be cool to have somebody to like pull up next to me. How do you get Wi-Fi? Like I said, right now I've been like outside of friends' houses, but usually just the personal hotspot, unlimited data up in her. Hardest tribulation in it, probably the acceptance of others and being okay with not being accepted by others. I think now growing a lot of codependency traits as far as just like wanting to be validated by others so bad. Somebody else also asked like what my parents and my family thinks, and that was a huge thing. They're not the biggest fans. This was probably the first like adult decision I made and did it on my own. Like I did it regardless of their fear, which was really liberating for me. Probably make a whole video on that itself, but just moving outside of your parents' fears is like so healing. Like it feels really good. What you got there, buddy? What's the packages? You know, we took it for a test drive. What am I doing? What am I about to do? Why am I doing this? Like I can afford to live in this apartment. I don't have to do this. Like, why am I doing this? And then even my dad, shout out to you, Dad, was like, man, if you don't do this, like, you know how mad you'll be if you don't do it? I just felt like if I didn't get the van that day or get it in general, like I'd wake up the next day and be like, what the fuck? Whole shower and restroom thing. So I'm blessed with some beautiful people in my life. I've been mainly showering at the yoga studio that I work heavily with, Avo Yoga Studio. Big shout out to them. They have a shower and I have a key, and that's amazing. So I shower there pretty much whenever I want. Again, when gyms are back open, you know, friends' houses if it really comes down to it. Restroom thing, I have a pee bucket and I have the woods. And again, you know, Avo's available. There's also an app called Flush, which I don't really think is necessary. Like you can guess which places have a fucking bathroom, but here, screenshot this, y'all. This is just all of the apps that I currently use But there's so much like help out there. It's just a matter of doing your research. I realized as I was editing this video that the #1 question was not answered, so I'm gonna just answer it really quick. What am I gonna do as far as juicing and eating and blah 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 blah? As you guys know, breatharian, liquidarian, life, raw, because there are mangoes here, so I don't know. Okay, I still have my apartment technically right now, so I've been like kind of just using that as much as possible. But for the most part, friends, ones we can depend on. Ideal scenario, or what's supposed to happen, Tay, my current roommate, current best friend, you know, whatever, she's gonna move into a 1-bedroom, and I pretty much told her like, hey, I'll contribute to rent. You know, I can occasionally come through and juice like 2 or 3 times a month. I probably juice on my own like every 10 days. And I honestly was even thinking like, you know, I'll be traveling and stuff, so like I don't mind like getting an Airbnb for a night to really just like do that, have a whole self-care day, you know, juicing and taking a bath and doing my laundry or whatever else, those like little things. Oh, and then just like, you know, eating out like Arden's Garden and Suja Juice and whatever else. I'll eventually, maybe once I'm like for real full-time in here, probably re-answer that question and make a whole dedicated video to it. But until then, it's kind of hard to answer that because right now I'm kind of spoiled and I have the best of both worlds. So any other questions I can think that people always ask? Bed's super comfortable, sleeps really, really well. I do fit horizontally in here. It feels better diagonally, if I can be real with you. I have a battery, a solar panel. I have 1 solar panel. Oh, I guess I should answer this. I didn't build any of it. It all came like this, literally came built out. I've made changes, like this, for example, this shelf was also on this side, and I got rid of it on this side so that I could like sit up in the bed. If anyone watched my vlogs and stuff like from when I first got it, there was like a storage unit over here and on the other side, and those are under the bed right now, but I got rid of those. I also have a sink, in case anyone was curious. I have to put this down. But it's basically just like a clean water, dirty water. This is just a little electric like, and we got clean water. That already came in here too. And there's a ceiling fan. This van, no matter what happens, like no matter what happens, seriously, I am so like happy for me and proud of me, but not in like an ego pride way, just like you can manifest anything, Casey, like, and you can manifest anything. If I can do this, man, anything is possible. Like seriously, anything is possible. Also just thinking about how like not much time it took for me to really manifest this and make it happen, and it literally came to me. I didn't have to go anywhere. Okay, I think that's it. If there's more questions that I didn't answer, maybe we'll do a part 2. If there's something you're still curious about, leave it in the comments down below. I'll try to either answer it there, or if there's a lot of questions, we'll make a part 2, not part 4, part 2. I'm gonna probably take a nap in here because that's the kind of day it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support of this. I guess I kind of want to add one last little disclaimer. I can't say I want to be a van life channel. I know that I live in a van, and it's like, well, obviously you're just gonna be a van life YouTuber. No, I just want this to be like normal. Like I know it's not normal, but I don't really want to make this like a thing. Like I'm not like a van lifer. I'm gonna disappoint you is what I'm saying. If you have me as an expectation to be a van life YouTuber, you will be disappointed. Like I'm just gonna move the same way I was moving. I mean, obviously not, but doing the same shit basically just from a van. The overall plan, if there is one, is to be in Atlanta for the summer in the van. Just see what that's like. If I absolutely hate it, then I will get back into an apartment somewhere in the world, maybe outside of the country. I don't really know. But if it's going well and it's magnificent and the world hasn't done whatever it's ready to do by then, because who fucking knows anymore, I'm driving out west and I don't know. I don't know. I'm just in a van right now, sitting in Atlanta filming this video. That's all I got. So with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.